The teacher. Her laptop that is not getting connected to the projector. The wire that she did not insert. Gen Z. I hate Gen Alpha. Also Gen Z. Skibidi Gayat Rizzler. Passing legislation that meaningfully protects citizens' online privacy. Banning the app that does the same thing American apps do because you can't manipulate it. Kids these days will never know the hardships of each week having to overcook a fresh, hard-boiled egg yolk for the computer mouse. My political ideology depends on who I am trolling. Millennials. Gen Z. Kids born between 1998 and 2002. Gen Z grew up with smartphones and tablets. What we actually grew up with. I didn't grow up with Fortnite. I grew up with this. Boomers. Weak men create hard times. Millennials and Zoomers. You are the weak men who created hard times. Very few people know this, but the little pocket on your jeans is for your paycheck after taxes. I'm gonna be one of those old people that are actually cool. Me at 30. What you think Zelda was 20 years ago. What Zelda was 20 years ago. Cops waiting in their car for the shooter to kill themselves so they can go in. Generation Z is already killing Facebook, and 6 more industries could be next. Can we remove supply constraints? Best I can do is subsidize demand. Microsoft. EA. Shutting down game studios that made great games for no good reason. When you get some me time after solving heinous crimes with your elite squad all day. Society if Netflix would stop fucking canceling good shows. Voting for a wealthy, racist, warmongering sex offender. Voting for a wealthy, racist, warmongering sex offender. No! Boomers have ruined this world and we have no future. Bet I will live long enough to enjoy wonders of AGI and commercial space travel. Bet. Kids these days have iPads with Netflix. But when I was younger, this is what we had. 99% of people. When do I get to be debt-free and enjoy life without working 40+ HRs a week in a soul-crushing hellscape? Capitalism. That's the neat part. You don't. Do not you hate it when people just give the baby an iPad to keep it busy so they can eat dinner? 2024. 2006 kids. 2007 kids. 2006 kids. 2007 kids. Turning 18. 2007 kids. When I am in approving the dead internet theory competition, and my competition is a major subreddits with political leanings. Millennials. Gen Z. Hey dude, what is going on? Gen Z. Teenage rebellion. Millennials. Fuck yeah, stick it to the old people. State of the world I wish we lived in. State of the world currently. Green. Red is the imposter. Cyan. Yes, vote him. Me. Evidence? Everybody. In terms of evidence, we have no evidence. Is it just me, or has McDonald's gone from a happy child to a depressed middle-aged adult? 2000s movies are as old now as 80s movies were in the 2000s. How to pay off student loans. Pass away. Billionaires. Nothing. People who defend billionaires online. When random people on social media start asking you for a loan, you think I look like I got money. Taxes are essentially just a yearly subscription to the country you live in, LOL. Childhood is the free trial. Oh my fucking god. A recruiter for the hacker known as 4chan eases a young boy into their ranks. 2016. Psst. Hey Jimmy, wanna see a frog? It costs $0 to be kind, as if hating is not free too. Me entering the 18 to 24 age bracket. When were you born? I am born in 2010. You. Generation Alpha. When were you born? I am born in 2012. You. Generation Z, 99% of people. When do I get to be debt-free and enjoy life without working 40+ hours a week in a soul-crushing hellscape? Capitalism. That is the neat part. You do not. Helping my friend through an anxious, depressed, and lonely part of their life. Learning they got a date and are happy. Younger Generation Z, Generation Alpha is doomed. What 2006 to 2009 babies were doing in 2013. Generation Z, Generation Alpha. Millennials. Boomer humor. I hate my wife. Millennial humor. I hate my life. Generation Z humor. Rat-a-tat-tat. Seeing another YouTube video where the person says they are not racist before hating minorities for 3 hours. Generation Z. We will not make fun of the younger generations like 90s kids did to us. Generation Alpha. 2020s kids. So that was a lie. Cool video about planets. I am sure the comments will be fun and interesting. Gravity is fake. Questions you could easily Google. Science is a psyop. I hate trans people. Earth is flat. Kids. Adults enjoying their freedom. Adults. Kids enjoying minimal responsibilities. Little cousin. Hey, there is a fox. Other little cousin. Yeah. I wonder what it says. Me, who was around in 2013. Millennial. Generation Z. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Baby boomer. They are the same picture. Artificial sweetener. Is basically sugar version 2. Drugs. Expensive. Addictive. Bad for health more. Most boomers and Gen Xers. If someone can't buy a house and have kids, they're lazy. Depression. Abortion ban. Jobs that are either exploiting you or overworking you or both. Shitty, expensive, and unaffordable housing. Childcare, healthcare, education, and public transportation. Growing rich and poor divide and wage stagnation. No hope for the uncertain future that has been ruined by boomers and Gen Xers. Friends and family. The world has gone to hell. Me. The world as 100 people over the last 2 centuries. Science says, your dreams have meaning. My dreams. Getting dragged out of the club after giving them a fake ID made with crayons. When the conversation is going great, but then she asks for your height. Slow internet. Also the slow internet when there is an ad. Kids in 30 years hearing us complain about how baby boomers were the worst. Okay, Zoomer. Boomers ask, why are there holes in your jeans? You rip those yourself. Gen Z asks, why are there holes in the ozone? You rip those yourself. Millennials. 20% of my monthly income. Me. My student loan debt. 20-year-old me around real adults. 20-year-old me around teenagers. Everyone is calculating their age. People born in 2000 say, yo, I do not calculate. 1995 to 1998, when they try to relate to the rest of Generation Z. How do you do, fellow kids? I graduated college with no debt and a great degree. Rich parents' money. When you provide accurate evidence to back up your argument, and they reply with, and. Life during high school. Life after high school graduation. POV. You're a millennial watching the younger generations reacting to Slim Shady. This is what happens when Slim Shady finds out that the Gen Zs start talking about Gen Xs. War is when your government tells you who the enemy is. Revolution is when you figure it out for yourself. Until we meet again. Woman went on 6 dates a week to save on food. I didn't buy groceries for 2 years. What a life, huh? Homie, you are only in your early 20s. For Halloween, our principal shaved his head and dressed like Gru. All the teachers were minions. What's the most boomer complaint you have? I want a physical fucking menu at a restaurant. None of this QR code bullshit. Me in my room, thinking about how to get money without working. Hates politics. Joins notoriously political social media platform. Joins community of one of the most politically minded generations in recent history. Look inside. Politics. Listening to someone talk about social issues, and it's just class warfare with extra steps. Anti-stick pans will be the lead paint of millennials and Gen Z. Change my mind. My entire high school class graduating college. Me, wondering where I went wrong. My mom at midnight. My DS under my pillow. Bluey. Bluey for millennials. Bluey for bootlickers. Bluey for fascists. Bluey for Gen Z. Conservative Gen Zers millennials on their way to make sure that everyone knows how different they are from the rest of their generation. This was Gen Z's Skibidi Toilet. Gotcha life. Average 30-year-old millennial. Average 19-year-old Zoomer. Everyone blaming Gen Alpha for the Skibidi Toilet meme. Younger Gen Z. When you realize you should have bought an investment property after the 2008 market crash instead of being 9 years old. Born in 2000. Born in 1999. He is just a kid, no older than my son. Conservative Gen Zers or millennials on their way to make sure that everyone knows how different they are from the rest of their generation. When someone is discussing a show you have not even watched, do not talk about stuff you are ahead of me on. Gen X parents. No, you have to spend your last day off before going back to work busting your ass. Doing chores around the house, despite the fact that there is literally nothing in it for you. And sign your life away to go to a college you do not even want to attend. Gen Z, I just want to stop worrying about the state of this world and play video games for God's sake. Are you familiar with the gear shift? You mean the PRNDL? Me, I actually prefer self-checkouts over cashiers. Boomers, we should be optimistic, we can still save the world. No, the world is doomed. Everything is messed up. We should be optimistic, we can still save the world. Gaming at midnight. I should get some sleep for tomorrow. Cannot end on a loss. Teenagers. Schools do not give us enough time to sleep. Also teenagers at 2 a.m. How teachers think we will get a job. Why are leaves green? It is because of chlorophyll. Great, you are hired. Generation Z, the COVID kids. The quarantines. Cashier checks my ID in half a second. Me. That was fast. Cashier. Yeah. I saw the 19. Me. Old people say kids these days have no guts. Kids these days sell my mom's wedding ring for a diamond fidget spinner that went sexual. Netflix says, here is another school drama with ordinary teenagers just like you. When a millennial pretending to be a Zoomer calls their dog a doggo. What is the hardest thing about growing up? Watching your parents get old. Me being confident enough to go meet and talk to women. Me realizing there is nowhere to go to meet and talk to women. How my parents describe their teenage years. My teenage years.